Hi everyone, welcome to All Four Queens 555. So, subliminal advert. Welcome to the channel, all about spiritual warfare, healing and awakening. And unfortunately, it seems to be a lot about my spiritual warfare, because as you awaken and you're a generational curse breaker, you obviously hit into a lot of warfare, because there's a lot of people that don't want the curses broken, because they actually quite like doing the things that they do. Obviously, from our perspective, we need to break those curses to get to the blessings that we've been working so hard to achieve, and doing the right thing by God. So there's a lot of that, and obviously there's the gang stalking, and there's a lot of people that are involved, in a lot of senior people that are involved. So when you hit into warfare, as much as you reach out to the law, and I did, and obviously I realised when I was awakened that the particular ones that I reached out to were part of the problem in some cases, not all of them, because I do believe we have some good people who are actually taking an oath to serve and protect us as we live in the world. But the ones that I approached seemed to be more concerned about running around trying to get diagnosis and things like that, as you've seen in some of the recordings. So I'm still here in this place, trying to sort something out, but obviously they're in my phone, so everything I do gets blocked anyway. And you have to ask yourself the question, why? Is it because I'm being monitored? Have I done something and no one's ever said anything? Have I been accused of something? Now, I've just watched a reader, and she was talking about a hidden court case that apparently went on. Now, remember, I had my post stolen. No one said anything about it. I contacted the post office. They made out that there was some issue, but, never explained anything more than that. And obviously, we know that if people are stealing the post, it goes against the king. It's treason. It's treason. In the UK, it's an offence. You don't steal post. So there's a legal implication there. So there was apparently this hidden court case. Now, that probably makes sense on my story, because obviously there's been all this stuff going on, and obviously people trying to attack me loads spiritually and physically, because obviously with the app as well. And a lot of anger and stuff, and a lot of people come in here, and that could be coincidence, but intuitively I think we probably work out that it isn't. My question, though, is if there has been a court case, and obviously my post got stolen, and the human rights says that in Article 6, if there's been a court case against me and no one's ever come and spoke to me. Now, remember, I did have somebody take something off my hand, as a needle mark there. Now, did they inject me, or did they extract something? And that was the other day. Now, obviously in the dream state, obviously. So the question being, if there was a court case and I haven't had anyone come towards me, my calls are filtered, and my text messages are filtered, I don't get any emails and I don't get any posts, but obviously I don't have a car to be able to get there, but I do know that they would be taking it from source anyway, from the post, because obviously there's affiliated members everywhere, isn't there? So if anyone wants to bring anything to me, they're going to have to bring it in person, because I'm not going to get it otherwise. So, in terms of Article 6 of the Human Rights Act, guarantees a fair trial, presumption of innocence, right to be informed, time and facility, and legal representation. So if there has been something against me and people have had a case against me claiming something, I have not had any of that against the human rights. Then the other one is Article 3 prohibits torture, inhumane treatment, degrading treatment or punishment. Now, you've seen all the things that they've done here, and the attacks and everything on the road, and people, videoing me being abused on the road, gang stalking me, and then getting people to pay for it, and then someone coming into my house and obviously knocking me out, and all sorts of things being done there. I phoned the police the next day, no forensics turned up. Now, I'm assuming that, I was knocked out for a reason, and there was some horrific stuff being done, and that probably went on the dark web for people to pay for it, to make me out to look like something I'm not, but obviously to try and infect me with something as well, while somebody else gets the pleasure of whatever it is they were doing. Then we have the Article 2, right to life. Well, obviously, as you can see, I'm being blocked from working, blocked from voluntary. My car was taken away from me. Tried to get a new one. My credit's been absolutely destroyed because people have been using my name for all sorts of things around the world. And there's one that keeps coming up with different people on an advert, which obviously suggests copycat or imposter of lots of different people. Now, it could be somebody who's got different personalities, or somebody who has had lots of different people pretend to be me. But if you remember, on one of my other ones, I said there was somebody that was a man and then became a woman, or the other way around, or they just dressed up as the opposite sex to commit crimes. So we need to be mindful of that as well. And presumably, did they use my name? Then we have Article 8, the private life, right to family life, home, correspondence and everything else. That obviously goes back to my emails, my text messages, my calls and my post. So there's obviously something in it. And then obviously everything else, you know, from needle marks to extractions and things like that. You have to ask yourself, why are they making it challenging? And what are they trying to hide? And not one person has come and spoken to me. Now, everybody knows where I am because I have cars following me all over. But not one person has come and spoken to me or given me any sort of information. Why is that? Now, we all know that there's obviously something's been stolen, because on one of the other adverts, there's a load of people running with a bag. So it obviously suggests someone's stolen a bag, which obviously is clout, isn't it, and money. But not one person has come and spoke to me about it. Interesting, isn't it? But they're quick to accept lies, which is the corrupt system. They're quick to accept lies. Not one person has spoken to me. But they are trying to use terrible baneful magic and force all sorts of things into my vessel, you know, and the smell, some of the demonic smells, all sorts of trying to send all sorts of lust things towards me to try and create whatever it is they've lied about, I think. And then there's a lot of attacks on my crown, a lot of attacks on my heart chakra. They're trying to sort of force things into my auric field, and then obviously attack me with voodoo, which presumably is to try and create some sort of illness. They're trying to give me high cholesterol, high blood pressure, and trying to come for my heart. You have to ask yourself why. And then there's also somebody that is trying to force herself into my energy that has some sort of speech problem. And I get the impression there's somebody that the obsessed person is using so much terrible magic that they're actually trying to clone themselves in my energy. Now, that could be because they're trying to use my essence if there is court cases, and they're trying to use my confidence, whatever, to be able to get through the court case, because we know in most cases people have been using our energy for years. And they don't know who they are because they've been so used to other people's energy that that's how they've operated. And so that could be a reason. But I do think there's a sense of entitlement. And I've been praying that I just hope that God avenges for me, and that, you know, judgment is called, and whatever has been going on for decades, a stop comes to it now, because I'm not who they said I am, and quite clearly. And there's two sides to every story, and I've never had the right to reply apart from using YouTube, which obviously is blocked as well. I say blocked. I mean, obviously we know that God will always make sure the right people see what they need to see, because no one has the right to completely, it says Article 2, right to life. No one has the right to take away someone's life and turn me upside down and keep stealing my good blessings and trying to make me have nothing. That's just not the way life is it? And then have a whole load of people in a network facilitating it. But my question, I don't know what the answer is, but I mean, what would the legal implications be for somebody who has actually been paid to be an abuser? And all these people that have facilitated it for all these decades, that have basically played the push-pull game and have actually enabled abuse. and bullying just so they could take something that wasn't theirs and lie, basically, and presumably commit perjury for years. So you have to ask yourself, who's culpable? Is it the people in the higher governments, lawyers? Because they're all everywhere, these affiliated members, aren't they? They're not just, they're everywhere. So, yeah, and it's just funny because I've just been to the shop and I was thinking about something, and I know they've injected me with all sorts of things, and my thoughts become their reality. So when I get there, things that I've thought about to buy are not there. Now, to the unknowing, you wouldn't notice it, but when you spiritually awaken, you notice it. But then who gave people consent to be doing all that to my vessel? Hence why I think not only with the criminal using my name to rack up loads of debt, they've also been doing some really egregious things scientifically, and now they're trying to run away from it because they shouldn't have done it, because none of it was from consent. Or maybe somebody did write my name but they weren't mine. So yeah, so just recording that for reference. Anyway, gonna love yous and leave yous, and hopefully have a great day, and I'll catch you on the next one. Sending much love and light, and hope you have a great day. Bye.